Hello, Tim from Fairplay now on the 7th of March 2023, and I hope you're all enjoying the wet, miserable, dull, grey, chilly weather at the moment that we seem to be having. But it's only 2 weeks to the spring equinox and the official start of spring, so just 2 weeks. 2 weeks to flatten the curve of winter. So it's ironic, isn't it? Because when we get to that point, we're pretty much on the third, the 3-year anniversary of the start of the nonsense and the first lockdown. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the end of winter, because this is the second winter, isn't it, where all of the doom and gloom that went for many, many months through the previous summer and start of winter just hasn't really panned out. And it's been okay this winter, hasn't it? As far as I can see. Yes, probably people are struggling to pay the heating bills. I mean, I'm not denying that, but it hasn't been the total doom and gloom disaster that for many months during the summer they were sort of saying it was going to be, is it? So it's the second one where it's kind of been basically better than what everybody was saying, which is one of the reasons why I'm the optimist that I am. I know people criticise me for that or rebuke me gently for that, but part of the reason why I am like this is because so much of the time things aren't as bad as they're kind of made out to be, or what people are predicting. Not all the time, of course. Yeah, we've certainly seen hardships and all sorts of horrendousness, but I would say 90% of the fear porn just never comes true. But because we've got through this winter pretty much unscathed, I noticed that some people in some quarters, I saw this article yesterday, are already ramping up the fear porn for next winter, because basically what they said is, oh yeah, we've got lucky this winter because it's been the warmest winter on record. Well, I'd question that, really, because as far as I can tell, it's just been like the normal sort of 4, 5, 6, 7 degrees daytime temperatures for most of it, with the odd chillier spell here and there, bit of snow, bit of frost, which kind of lasts for a week or two and then goes back to the normal, as I say, 5, 6, 7, 8 degree normals. So nothing out of the ordinary, I'd have said. But yeah, they're saying, oh yeah, we just got lucky this winter. It's been the warmest winter on record, which is kind of almost preparing you, isn't it, for next winter. Saying, well, we're not going to be lucky like that next winter. It's going to be next winter, which is going to be the horrendous one. So yeah, the fear porn is starting there once again, and once again I will be ignoring it, and I will just be going through next winter after enjoying the spring and summer, of course, that we've got coming up, and going into next winter and treating it like any other winter, so without any fear. So just a little bit of a comment on that. So I'm just going to shout out about 3 different things, including Mark Devlin's next talk. So I'll talk about that at the end, so stay tuned. But first of all, there's a government consultation about keeping cash. It's only up until the 9th, so you've only got a couple of days to do this if you want to do it. But I'll leave a link for the site in the description box below. It's Save Our Rights, and if you go through, they've got a guide about the consultation, I suppose, how to fill it in and all of that kind of thing. So if you want to do that, you want to do a government consultation saying that we do not want cash abolished or whatever, or taken away from us, do go and check that out. Link in the description box below, like I say. The second one, now this is an interesting one. I only came across this guy 2 months ago, probably. Likely thanks to a viewer. So if that was you who originally sent me the link, thanks very much. But there's this guy called Mark Windows, and he's got a website and a podcast called Windows on the World. And I was probably sent through this link, or I came across this link because of what I said yesterday. The whole Telegraph thing, all of these leaks from the height of the lurgy, with all of these ministers coming out with all kinds of crazy stuff. And I was questioning whether it was a damage limitation thing or a distraction or whatever. Well, Mark Windows' latest podcasts he certainly seems to think in that it's just a distraction, and he comes out with some really good reasons why. He seems to be a very well researched, very intelligent guy, and fair warning, he does have a go at quite a lot of stuff that we in the freedom movement do. He has a go at us just as much as he has a go at the mainstream and the government and all of that kind of thing. So do be prepared for that. He's quite controversial in that regard, although he does have some kind of practical solutions as well. For instance, all of this 15-minute city stuff, first of all he says it's pointless. He says basically these people who go on these demonstrations against 15-minute cities, it's a waste of time. That's the controversial bit. But then he comes out with strategies of what you can do with your local government, how you can sort of go in there with these tried and tested strategies to basically call them out and hopefully get them to stop any kind of rollout of this stuff. So he has got practical solutions on his site as well. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link to him and his website in the description box below. I'll leave his main site, but also I'll leave a link direct to his latest podcast where he was talking about distractions, basically, I think it's called. So well worth checking out. And the third shout out, as promised, Mark Devlin's latest talk. I did kind of mention this briefly on Saturday at the event that we had, and a couple of people said, have you got any kind of link or whatever of how to get tickets to that? So here I am, guys. So basically it's a talk by Mark Devlin. He's going to be talking mainly about Madonna and how she's not who you kind of think she is, basically. And then he's also going to be talking apparently about the strange deaths of George Michael, Prince and Michael Jackson, because he seems to think that they're not what they seem to be on the surface either. So it's going to be a very interesting talk. Sounds like he's going to be zooming in a little bit more into specifics rather than his talk like he did the other day, which is a bit more generalized. So it's going to be very, very interesting, I think. And that's going to be in Wallington in South London. There's a lady called Tina, and if you want a ticket, you need to either call her or text her on the number, which I'm going to put the number up down here, and I'll also put it on the description box. So you need to contact her, either phone or text her, and then there is a fee. It's not a big fee, I don't think, £5, £10, whatever it was, to get into the talk. So highly worthwhile. And she normally puts on a bit of a bar as well, and we can get beer, wine, tea and coffee, sort of some nibbles and that sort of thing, crisps and that sort of thing. So I went to the last one she organised, and that was a great night, and I think this one will be as well. So it's on the 1st of April, should have said what the date is. I think it's going to be starting round about 6 p.m, but I'll put all the details in the description box below. And if you want to go, you can contact Tina, and I will be there doing the filming like I did last time, so I will be there. I might actually get there to the venue. It's actually the guides hut in Wallington, and there's kind of a big pub next to it, so I might actually get there early. And so if you want to come and join me for a pint, even though mine will be a pint of orange juice and lemonade as I'll be driving, but if you want to join me for a pint, we can have a pint and a chat beforehand, and then I'll have to go in there and set up and do some filming. And you know, it should be a really good night anyway. So I'll leave those links. What were they? The Windows on the World one, the Save Our Rights one, and Tina's phone number in the description box below. So that's all going to be down in there for you. And I'll leave it back tomorrow. Tim from Fair Play Now. Thanks for watching.